Well, here we are. We're live today. It's been a long time since I've gone live, but time to get back at it. So today I wanted to jump online just to touch base with those that I've been somewhat disconnected with online. And I wanted to talk about briefly um, how we say we want things to be different in our lives, and yet we're not really willing to do something different to get that different result that we say we want. So, one of the realities is wanting something and actually choosing it are two different things, and a distinction that is worth noting in how we show up in our own lives. Oftentimes, we say we want something, but it doesn't happen because, in many ways, we don't do anything different or put any action behind that want. We just sort of have dream that we want something to be different. And nothing changes without some action, whether it be at work, whether it be at home, doesn't really matter. Um, if we're actually wanting to create change, we have to do something different. And one of the things that so many of my clients show up in calls with me is in relation to exhaustion and just feeling like the overload, the demand is just more than they can continue to do. But here's the catch: they continue to do what they're doing, and then they say they can't do it. And I always remember one of my um, favorite supervisors. I remember talking to her, and she'd left the organization I was in, and I said to her, I can't do this anymore. I can't keep doing this." It was just like the demand and the overload was so overwhelming. I was exhausted. And she said, "Yes, Heather, I know you always say that, but then you keep doing what you're doing. And so nothing changes." And it's like, bang. I mean, I got it right away, and of course, she was absolutely 100% accurate. But it wasn't until I was willing to either ask for something different or set different boundaries for myself and get some real clarity on what did I want to be different. Because if I'm working a 70-hour week, I can get really, really good at working that 70 hours a week. But if I want to work 40 hours a week, I've got to do something different. And I need to know what I'm willing to change in order to have a different result. And this is where so many people aren't willing to actually step into the discomfort of doing something different. There can be all kinds of reasons. It can be people pleasing, it can be control. We think that no one can do the work the same that we do. I mean, there's lots of that in family relationships where the woman does everything, then resents everybody else because they don't help. But in fact, she operates from the place that she does it better than anyone else. She can do it faster. And um, so she keeps doing it. And it's like you get the same results. Keep doing the same thing, you get the same results. And so in the work environment, if you're leading and you can't delegate, you're going to do all the work. If you're leading and you don't want to burden your staff because you know they're already busy, so you'll do their work instead of them, nothing will change. Everything will stay the same. You'll be overloaded, and eventually you will be resentful, and if not sick, on the verge of perhaps making yourself sick. And sickness can show up in all kinds of ways. Like our body can just stop functioning at the level that it once did because it's like, nope, we get physically ill. Um, People die. And, that sounds extreme, but I can't tell you how many people over the course of 20 years working in the corporate environment, people would retire and then they would be gone because they didn't look after themselves for the years ahead of that. And believe me, I get it. I've done it. I've been there. And I just told you the story of my former boss saying, "Yeah, Heather, but you don't change anything. You say that, but you don't make any change." So it really comes down to taking a good hard look at ourselves and deciding whether we actually really are willing to do something different, not wanting it, willing to do something different, and then working with someone, whether that be your supervisor, whether that be a coach, whether that be a mentor, doesn't really matter, but working with someone to help you see what you're not seeing yourself. because we can't see what we can't see and we don't change what we don't know. So that's really all I wanted to say today. And really interesting because I can't tell you how many conversations I have people come to me with around this. They are exhausted, they want to work differently, but they don't do anything different. So if you're looking to make some change in your environment and you want some support, um, then reach out. I'm on LinkedIn and you can connect with me there and we can have a chat if that's what you're interested in. And on that note, I'm going to sign off. Maybe I'll sign off.